What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Domina. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and we learn Critical Strike or Mindfulness. Do Mindfulness because an extra blessing might be pretty cool. We do have some, what is that? If gladiators less than 50 HP, all stats boosted by 150. Ooh, wounded animal, huh? That's not bad. I'll throw it on somebody. That guy has 9 wins. This has got to be a Leggett fight. I was going to say, there's no way this is a Leggett fight because he seems to be pretty grumpy with us, and so he keeps giving us stacked fights that we have no chance of winning. He's concerned. I will send him more wine to try and offset that. He's whispering flatteries every single day, so it should move itself along at some point. Pit fight, what you got for me? Death match where somebody's definitely going to die, so we won't play around with that either. Actually, my main issue just seems to be with the, I was talking about this in the previous episode, how the recent patches have changed the way the game functions. I will allow him to lay in the barracks out of the sun, and so he's been weakened slightly. We'll just put him to the healer. Yeah, the game has changed slightly since the patch cycle went through, and it's gotten a lot more difficult, and I think some people will like that a lot, and other people will be like, it's a bit much right now. And actually, the a bit much comes from A. They made an AI change that makes the AI a lot more aggressive. And then B, they also seem to have made some kind of change that changes the way the matchups get formed in between, like, you and various actors. It seems like the pit fights are a lot harder, so you can't use them to farm for HP anymore and farm for XP. That's a level 5 versus a level 2, so no, we're not going to take that fight either. If we get really lucky, we might be able to mash that one out, but chances are it's probably not going to go that smoothly. It's okay. We've got time to ride this out. We lost some of our best fighters, though, in the last episode, so I'm thinking this is going to be a losing campaign. We're just not getting the fights coming up that we need in order to feed ourselves victories, and that's where we're struggling a little bit. So hopefully, we've also gotten unlucky in that every time we flip the coin for an arena fight, we put all of our cards in the magistrate's bucket, and every time we flipped the coin, we've gotten the Leggett. And so it's just like, every time we flip the coin, it's been the Leggett, and the Leggett just keeps putting the screws to us. And so hopefully we'll be able to get that under control. I'm going to take Attack Vector is pretty good. Attack Vector is one of those things you really, you ought to have. It's a pretty solid ability. We'll start digging some coal pits so that they train a little faster. Stats are coming up and coming around, but they're still bad. Like, I don't usually like to use anybody as a mainstay until their stats hit like 15, 16. And we need to get lucky with a battle before that's going to happen. This guy's got 3 wins, but he does have a comma, which is a really, really damaging weapon. I can send somebody in to see if they can fish out a win right here. It might not be my best plan, but I can send somebody to fight this one. Just in the off chance they come out. I'll send Pomponius, the most pompous of all of my gladiators, so that he'll maybe learn a little bit of... This guy doesn't have much HP, though. He'll learn a little bit of civility. He'll learn to keep that tongue in his, inside of his head. Yeah, he's actually DPSing through our shield and attacking so fast that I physically cannot turn to block him. My character will not turn fast enough when he rolls through me and strikes like that. It's basically an unavoidable attack. Like, it's just you get hit and that's it. What's up with this guy? This is going to be a Leggett fight, ain't it? Yeah. I will pick my gladiators then. We'll send in our good guy. I don't really have a choice. So this guy's level 3. His attack is only level 9. There's a chance we'll walk away from this one, so we'll give it a go. We'll throw him on in here. It's important to note that this game is on the easiest difficulty right now, too. Just some food for thought. Just some food for thought. Just something for you to mull about on. Ooh, off with his head. That was an easy enough fight. Good. Glad to see that victory. That's going to be a nice feeder, and it goes to one of the guys that we're trying to impress right now. So that'll help out a lot. He only took a little bit of damage right there, didn't he? I don't think he took any damage, actually. Nice. Very nice. He's digging a coal pit. The Vintner has already gotten himself... Oh, stay on the Magistrate's temperament, please. If you've run out of that and it's no longer working, by all means, continue to make that work. Because we need it. We need their reputations with us to be as high as possible. There we go. Keep the Magistrate happy. His is getting to the point where he's manageable now. And he should start feeding us easier fights so that we can start leveling. The Magistrate happens upon you purchasing new sandals. This is the one with your cousin. Give the Magistrate a good deal. Your stupid cousin thought you meant would say, oh, you got a bill for 3 coins. That's fine. I don't care about that. Our cousin is apparently an idiot. Everybody's got an idiot cousin. That's how life works. People have kids. Chances are at least one of the kids you have is going to be kind of dumb compared to the other ones. And then you have relatives, and so everybody's got an idiot cousin. Although I'm having trouble thinking of who my idiot cousin is. All of my cousins are actually pretty awesome. Maybe I don't have an idiot cousin. I've just never thought about that question before. Also seems very possible. Like, how frequently do you think about that question? I suppose it depends how close you are with your cousins. We got a Thrakes and we got a Rediarius over here. The payout just isn't good enough to risk 2 gladiators' lives on that. In general, the pit fights seem to have been nerfed slightly, and I'm wondering if that's because of my playthrough where I just use the pit fights to level up and get to like 15 victories before like 100 days into the game. I'm kind of wondering if that was my fault, if I'm the one that caused that change to happen. Keep the Legate nice and happy. Keep him super pleased with us, and that'll work. Keep digging coal pits. You're done. We've got the quality casks and everything else like that. I can actually fire this guy now and hire somebody else now that he's maxed out. And what we'll do is we'll bring him back if we need anything else. I would do... Let's go with... I want to know what the Sacerdos does. Like, I'm actually curious. I've never had this guy before. Like, does he just chill over here and meditate? Or like... Oh, he upgrades their stats by praying. Okay. Wait, he consumes water and provides 1 wine a day? So a prayer to Neptune makes him drink water and then piss out wine? He's like urinary Jesus, bro. That's crazy. Let's do mind and body for faster reactions when fighting under AI control. Yeah, do Mercury. Occasionally upgrade somebody's weapon. Because a lot of people right now are sitting right on the edge of having like the good stuff, and our cash is getting a little bit low, so I'm not going to be able to do much until we get a few more fights in. Pit fight 7 and 0. That guy's not bad. That guy is an absolute monster, and so it kind of depends what we think we can accomplish. Since he's got 7 victories, I would assume his stats are around 16 to 17. We'll reject it for right now. It probably would have been about an even fight, but I'm not in the market for even fights. I'm in the market for fights I can win easily without losing my men. Keep digging coal pits, please. Good lord. Why would the Legate even set this fight up? Of course I'm not going to take that fight. That fight was... Look how much reputation I lost for that, too. Like, what he did right there is he said, yes, come fight 8 level 50 guys with your level 3 guys, and I'm going to be super angry at you if you don't do it. And I was like, I don't know how to respond to that. You're just being unreasonable. That guy might be manageable. He's only got a wooden... He's only got a wooden gladius. I'll send in my champion, and we'll see what happens here. This might backfire on me. It might go well. I don't know. With a wooden gladius, I doubt he'll be able to strike through our shield, which is always the part that I'm semi-worried about. There we go. I'm always worried about him striking through my shield, and so if they have a comma, or they have like a high-level trident or whatever, it's pretty easy to assume they're going to be able to damage through your shield, because your shield only blocks a certain amount of damage. Like, for him, his shield blocks, I forget what page it's on, but if you look at him before you go into a fight, when it's doing like their little stat rollout, it'll tell you. It'll be like, oh yeah, he can block this much damage with a shield. Alright, I know. It's what I do, man. I'm good at what I do. So I can generate free wine for the ludus that way. Let's do that, because I'm still going to have to bribe the shit out of these dudes. That last one got me into trouble, and I just... spending way too much money on wine right now. I'm not going to buy any more food either. I think our food's solid for the moment. Are you guys, like, leveling at all? Your husband's wrist is adorned with a new piece of jewelry whose value far exceeds your reach. There are few who could afford it. It can have only come from the legate's wife or the magistrate's wife. Confront the legate's wife. Confront the magistrate's wife. I would leave it alone, because we're trying to keep people happy with us. You ignore the signs that your husband is an adulterous whore and you go on with your life. You are not bitter. No, not at all. Hey, you know. I don't want to cause drama on the doorstep of the people I'm trying to impress. This is about empire building right now. This is about building an empire. Definitely can't handle that fight, so we're just going to dismiss that outright. That's a suicide fight. They give you a lot of those. You might have noticed now in the new patch, they give you a lot of suicide fights where it's like, how would you like to fight 5 versus 1? Your opponents? Oh no, they're not level 1, level 0. they've all had like 25 victories. And you're like, oh my god, really? Why would you do this to me? So cruel. So unkind. Sacerdos is doing prayers to Mercury, so hopefully somebody... We got a tax shuffle right there. Very nice. The Mtor is still raising... I mean, we just need to get a job for... We need to get a job for the Magistrate is what we really need, and we just can't seem to get it done. And then if I can push that a little further with another 250 wine, that'd be great. Let's keep his meters filled up, but as you can tell, the game is very different now than it was 2 weeks ago, and that makes me sort of curious to find out how it's going to change even further in the future, because it's different now. It's changed pretty rapidly. We have a fight coming up. Look at a pit fight. It's a 2v2. Probably doable, but it's a 1v2. That makes it a little more sketchy, especially since the enemy's a lot more aggressive now in the newer patch. They used to hit you and back off, and you could keep distance, and so you could kind of, in a fight like that, you could kind of bounce around a little bit, and you could get gaps in between people, and you could do what you were going to do. This is starting to feel a little rigged. I don't know why we're only getting the legate for all of our arena fights, but I can't imagine we flipped a coin and got heads this many times. I'm having a hard time believing it. I'll send in my champion. We're going to have to hope on this one, though. This fight is probably not going to end super well. It's probably going to be bad. Oh! Whipped him with one swing, and that right there is why I get rid of characters who have bad HP. He should have survived. Ooh, we got attack stance? Yeah, get attack stance. Give him attack stance. Recover his cards real quick. Give him attack stance. Give him that right there. He's got hold ground. I mean, honestly, I just put strength speed on some of these scrubs down here to make them better at... Just make them a little bit better. Legate should be pretty happy with us right now. We just want to fight for him, and so hopefully it goes pretty well. If he attacks twice as fast, hold ground, defensive priority, and then I don't like rebuff tolerance, and equipment steward is not that great either, so I would get rid of... Oh, we do get coins for him. Cool. I just said that I wish that we could sell them, and we actually can sell them, and I just didn't notice. I can't really afford a whole lot right now. Go polearm defense since that's dirt cheap. It's dirt cheap and it's easy. Anybody that's won a couple battles, congratulations. You're getting a couple upgrades. Yeah, let's have some real gladiators up in here. Reward some of these guys with better equipment so that they can fight and die and spill blood better for us. Nope. Not doing that fight. Used to be able to depend on it, but now that the AI plays hella aggressive and they don't hold back anymore, those big mob fights where everybody just gathers in the center and starts beating on each other, it could be rough. He just whispered flattery, and I didn't see his thing go up right here. That's a little worrisome. Alright, so polearm defense is done. We'll do net defense because net's got a buff in the last patch, I think. They seem to stick on your character a lot longer than they used to previously. And so nets can be a bit of a hazard nowadays. Pit fight, 10, 7, and 8, not winnable, so we're not going to do it. The pit fights, I think, were overtuned a little bit. I think the pit fights could probably be... I'll lend slaves to both of them. They want me to fashion garlands of roses. Yeah, give them to both. They are both pleased to have extra laborers, and they are returning good health after the festival. Fantastic. So that got our meter a little bit more filled with him. I'll creep it along again by just shoving more wine into his mouth. How many casks of wine? Dude, I've said this guy... You guys are all alcoholics. I hope you all realize that this is not healthy. You guys need help. You guys need a counselor and like a sponsor and everything else. Because this is... Most people don't spend their days drinking this quantity of wine. I just sent you like 50 barrels of... 250-something barrels of wine. And you're just like, why do you need that much wine? That's a lot of wine, man. What, do you drink that much, or do you just give it away? Or like, what happens here? Yeah, do the prayer to Venus so that they heal faster, too. Interpretive dance. Give everybody increased agility, sure. We should have another pit fight up. It's getting kind of expensive. But I can always like sell water to kind of move ourselves along if I need to. That's winnable. He's got a halberd axe, which is a little bit worrisome. But I think we can take him. I would send in somebody who's... What is his shield block? Absorbs 62. Yeah, so I do think that they should bring down the damage of all weapons and bring up the resistance of all armor to make fights last a little longer, so that they're not like instant slaughter fest, basically. Because most fights in this game are over super quickly. Oh, I don't know where my shield is. I don't know where my shield is. I was trying to go pick it up out of the corner, but I couldn't find it. Like, I knew it was probably there somewhere, but... Oh, that was so bad. That could have gone so horribly. We just lucked our way through it. Oh, wow. Crowd favor was... That was a big one. It looks like his shield got broken, though. Oh, his shield got destroyed. That's why he didn't pick it up. Okay. You get... I don't know who's talking right now, but somebody's like talking in the background. I'm going to give him the basic comma because he's earned it. He's got 6 battles under his belt now, and his chances of dying have gone down considerably. The Sacerdos should help out with healing now. It should go a little bit faster and a little bit more acceptable. We have an apothecary. I would, yeah, lower our healing time. We can afford it. That sounds good. Get a little bit more wine. The Emptor, I don't need to refresh that, so that's looking good. We got our next battle in 4 days. Let's just wait it out. We bounced back. I was actually kind of negative about us bouncing back in the last episode. But, like, it is what it is. The game is a lot harder now. The game is a lot harder now, like, ridiculously a lot harder. And so if you like a challenge, this game is probably a lot more attractive to you at this point. I'm playing on the easiest difficulty right now, and we're taking the licks that we're taking. And so, it's rough. That guy's got a basic comma. We'll go in on it. I don't want to upset the Legates, so here we go. We might lose our champion right now. All these fights are fairly challenging, and they are set up in such a way that we're going up against people that are every bit either our equal or our better. Oh! Took some damage, but we got him licked. Took some damage, but we got him licked. Very nice. And then we collected ourselves a very nice paycheck as well, and this is why you want to keep them happy with you. When you keep them happy with you, you just get paid out the ass. It's really quite good. Get everybody into real armor now. That's my next thing that I would actually posit as like a must-do type deal, is let's get everybody into real armor. And we'll see how much cash we have left over after we strap a chest plate onto everybody that's earned it here. Get you upgraded a little bit, get you upgraded a little bit. We actually have a decent amount of money left over. So what I would do then is I would take this guy. Oh, not you. Sorry, wrong person. 7 battles. There we go. I would take this guy and let's just put some money into him. He earned the cash, and so I think it's only right that, you know, he get the upgrades, basically. So there it is. He's actually in pretty solid shape at the moment. He could be doing better, but defensively, he's got survivability at the moment. He's got survivability. He should be good. Let's wait this out. We'll see what pit fights are looking like in just a moment. I'm going to try and keep sending wine his way. He's impressed with us now. Check out a pit fight, 13 and 9. No, that's too much of a risk for too little of a payoff. I guess we'll just wait for our, whisper that flattery over there. I don't think it's working anymore. He didn't go, yay, and get his flattery done, so I'm not sure if it's working. These guys are starting to get a little bit more valuable. I'm going to free a few of them, which is good for morale. And that should help out with all of these guys, keep them encouraged and whatnot. I mean, I guess, like, does wine work anymore? Yeah, it's just doing by, like, a tiny iota of the meter, I guess. What else do we have over here? Endurance training gives you max stamina. Deep breathing gives you HP recovery. Gladiators are less likely to lose weapons and armor. Yeah, give them grip technique. Give them grip technique. That way, if they fail as gladiators, we can use them as hookers. Forget about it. It's that grip technique. Gotta make them use it. Gotta make them use it. Ooh, auto heal. That's actually one of those things that I feel like you could rotate onto people as you need it. Roll speed boost, strength training increase. Yeah, just put that on one of the scrub guys. I mean, it's either that or sell it. That would be the other option, is like, we go discard, and keep auto heal and just make a little bit of money back. Hopefully our next battle isn't too nasty. Alright, there we go. I'm going to need food pretty soon, so we'll stay on that. Pit fight? What you got for me? A couple of yoked out dudes that are just way too strong for a 3v1. Way too yoked out. There we go. Their training spots got borked. Bork, bork, bork. Bork, bork. There we go. He's got a little bit better of weaponry. I'm going to try and get like a real stable of individuals established right now. A moneylender approaches you regarding a loan that your father had taken out against his prized gladiator Ruvius. He demands payment of the loan. Nah, just pay the loan. The other ones go wrong in their own special ways. Like one, he reports you to the magistrate, so you lose reputation. And then the other one, he does like something, and so mostly you just want to pay it off real fast. I'm not going to attend a pit fight right now because I can't afford it. Can't afford it. Just going to have to wait for our next like sanctioned arena combat. I don't feel like we're generating that much wine from our endeavors. Just in case we get him again, I'm going to keep bumping him on up. That dude is blissful right now. He is full of bliss. His bliss receptacle is full beyond belief. We're up against Magnus, who looks like kind of a scary dude. But the money's good, and when the money's good, man, when the money's good, you take those chances. Let us send out Quintinius. Quintinius! Got him. Woo! The reaction speeds you need to play the game now, since the patch, are just so much higher. Like, you used to be able, like, you used to have to know how the game worked and, like, recognize spacing and gaps. It used to have to exploit that. Now it's about blocking, it's about parry and riposte. That's pretty much the entire game now, is parry and riposte. It's definitely a lot more challenging. If that's how the fights are going to be when he's happy with us, I'd hate to see how the fights are going to be when he's mad at us. So he should be healing automatically. I have auto heal right there, so I'll throw that onto him too, so that he'll maybe regenerate a little bit. I don't see him regenerating. Might not be working. I'm going to go ahead and click it real fast because we might need him for whatever our next task is. Don't think I'm going to mess with pit fights too much anymore. I'm going to try and keep the reputation up, but we're in a solid position right now. Feeling pretty good about the lay of the land. I don't know if this is a winning play from where we're at right now. Normally I'd like to have somebody on 10 or 12 battles won at the moment, where his stats are just so overwhelming that nothing can fight against him. The other thing to mention is that we have no backups right now. Like, everybody we have is basically just a feeder fight for somebody else aside from him. He's the only guy we've managed to develop this entire time because we're not getting a whole lot of battles that allow us to level up the lower guys. Every now and again, I'd like to see the game spit you just like an easy fight. And I thought that's what pit battles were for. I thought the point of the pit fights was to help you level up your lower level guys so that they can get into the real fights. But as of right now, I don't know. A slave has inadvertently watched you water when you asked for wine. Why am I throwing water in my son's face? Just ignore it. The slave gets you wine instead of water. She trembles, fearing your quick temper. You're in a fine mood and nothing happens. See, I don't feel like my temper is that bad. I feel like my temper is pretty good. I might be able to put in some of these guys now. They've started to get their stats up to a ranking where I'm not terrified for their safety anymore. And with a decent weapon, they might be able to pull through. So I'll give it a shot. Grip techniques, I think, is what we were moving towards next. Yeah, buddy. Hooker gladiators living in my stable. Hooker gladiators doing what they're able. Hooker gladiators. Weapon level 21. Some of these guys should be able to go into fights pretty soon, regardless of the victories that they've won. Yeah, flattery is definitely not working on him anymore, I don't think. I think it has hit the point where it's developing diminishing returns. We can check out a pit fight. That guy's got a basic comma and 10 wins. What's his defense? Well, the details are hazy in the pit. I can send in somebody that he can block 64. I can send in one of these guys, and if he fishes out a win, he fishes out a win. Who knows? We'll see what happens here. Start taking some chances now that we have some higher stat guys, because I know this cowardly way of playing is probably annoying a lot of people, but that's basically the way you have to play now. Yeah, there we go. Got him. So yeah, he's ready. He's ready for prime time. He's ready for it. A little bit of damage done right there, but hey, managed to pull it out. Managed to pull it out. My name is Splattercat. We're out of time right now. This game is called Domina. I hope you guys like it. In the next episode, it'll probably be a reroll. We'll probably go back to starting over because the game doesn't save, and I've got to go do some stuff right after this episode. But I just wanted to feed you guys' thirst and hunger and let you know about the new patch so that you could get ready for it, because this is more than likely going to be the patch that's active. It's more than likely going to be the patch that is active when you buy the game for yourself when it comes out on the 3rd. Okay, so just in case you were wondering about it, this is Domina. I got a link for you down below. Make sure you watch list that shit if you're interested in it. And actually, I'll do one more fight. We got 1 day till our next fight, and I'm curious. I want to see what it is. It's against Marcus, who his shield absorbs 86 damage, but it pays out. Send in the champion. Send in the man of the hour. The man of the hour in a challenging gaze. He rose to power by his family name. The man of the hour in a lion's den. That's right. I listen to Falconer. We got 443 coin for that one, but he just barely walked away. Anyone you walk away from, I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everybody.